This is always fun. I don't know how it is that we see this clip of Sandra Smith and Nomi, you used to hang out at that place.
Oh, yeah, Sandra Smith and I are like besties. We've brunch together.
Is that right?
No.
Oh, well, how did this? I'm curious as to how this happened. Here it is. Now, Sandra Smith is going to be in a big window in the video, but she's actually not on camera. This must be, I feel like this is one of those things where somebody intercepted the feed coming from, New York to LA or something. And they, this is not the feed that goes out to air. This is the internal feed. And they're switching, in the control room. And someone may have had one of those big dishes that sometimes gets the feed that is being sent from New York to LA as they broadcast this stuff, because we see Sandra Smith actually off camera, theoretically.
Over whoever is decided to be the president. Remember, just because CNN says, or even Fox News says that somebody's president doesn't make them president. So I think everybody wants to know that this was done properly and legally.
What is happening? Like, Trace, we've called it.
And I think we have to look into every one of these concerns.
Yeah, and I think... Yeah, and I think Cleta makes a very good point there, Steve. That look.
Yeah, Trace does not pick up on his co-host saying, "Hey, you should protect the integrity of this as a news organization." And Trace is like, "Screw that, man. I'm making some change here. I'm not going to mess with that."
Yeah, I love, you're shocked that Fox has guests on that peddle conspiracy theories. You know where you're working.
Well, I like that she expects her co-host. You should really push back because the guest is sort of shitting all over us. I don't know.
Well, that would be if the conspiracy theorists actually took what they don't even watch Fox. They'll go on Fox. They don't watch Fox. Fox is too mainstream for them. It's Q only.
I know. I'm only watching OANN from now on. I'm cutting my cable and just
It's going to be interesting to see if Fox's numbers decline. If if he leaves office, heads over to OWN and brings enough of that audience that CNN sees some value in sort of shifting toward that space. If we don't see all the cable companies shift towards that to the right on some level.
Well, I mean. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Naomi.
I think that Fox has these deals like CNN does, in every airport. You're going to see, no matter what, people, they're conditioned, especially since Fox's audience is so much older. I think they're just conditioned to turn it on, leave it on all day long. And if anything, they lose an audience because their audience is dying out.
But don't you think some of the Q movement are starting to move, or is that not enough?
But that's not enough. That's fine. It's younger. But I think that the majority of the Fox audience is over 65, as is CNN, by the way.
Well, yeah. I think your point though is valid about the age difference, because I wonder, and I would love to see some hard data on it, that schism that I was talking about in the Republican Party, that will ultimately be resolved because they all love tax cuts for the rich and corporations, whatever. But the cultural schism between Trump supporters, the kind of more working class Trump voter versus old school Republicans who tune into Fox, who are whittling away and it's becoming the Trump party. I feel like that's almost a myth in itself, but that divide will become clearer after Trump is hopefully out of office and doesn't orchestrate a coup. And then we're going to see those demographic breakdowns and how that affects the usually unified front of the Republican Party.
It's amazing how thinly we can slice the lunacy